party has reached. Thank you for watching the Cairo Sun Show. This is Cairo Sun, and this is the continuation of the Cartoon Network trilogy. And today we're going to be talking about the Cartoon Network of the late 90s to 2000, when Cartoon Network started to really get big and get really good. So, now after the Bombera phase, they needed new Bombera cartoons, so the Cartoon Network and Universal Studios, who made these cartoons, had to find new, innovative cartoons for the younger Generation X. I'm Generation X, biatch. How we boogie down. So anyway, these guys came up with genius cartoons like Dexter Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls. They came up with, what's that muscle guy? Johnny Bravo. They also came up with some other Cow and Chicken. Yeah, Cow and Chicken. And these were cartoons that were slapstick silly. But not only that, they actually had some comedy in them. Most of the cartoons didn't have comedy in them of today. But these cartoons are slapstick. These cartoons were easy to get hooked onto. My favorite was Cow and Chicken and Dexter's Laboratory. And around 98 and 99, we started seeing Ed, Edd and Eddy. Or was that 2000? Well, anyway, I think around 99 and 2000 where we saw the What a Cartoon. And What a Cartoon was all these samples of different variations of cartoons, and that's when the Powerpuff Girls was invented. Now, remember back when What a Cartoon came on and you saw those big, bulky head cartoon Powerpuff Girl things? Well, I was thinking, wow, wouldn't this be a cool cartoon? So, I guess they figured out, you know what, the execs at Cartoon Network thought it was good. I guess the AR people thought it was good. Hey, Tom McGraw, let's make the Powerpuff Girls. In the year 2000 came, BREAM! Cartoon Network presented the Powerpuff Girls. And they were the iron fist of the Cartoon Network cartoon nights. Cartoon Fridays. They had Powerpuff Girls on a heavy rotation on the Cartoon Network, especially on the Friday night lineup where you only had Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, the Powerpuff Girls, then you had Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was one of the newer cartoons back in the 2000s when it started out, and you had Cow and Chicken. And those are the only type of good cartoons on them. Other than that, that's when Toonami started to come around. And that was before the 1996 era where they had Dragon Ball Z as the main priority of the anime rotation. Now, you have to realize that Cartoon Network back in 2000 was separated into three different entities. Toonami, Cartoon Fridays, and the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. They were still there, mind you. Like the Johnny Crest and the Looney Tunes of the world. Now, here's what's funny, folks. The funny thing is that back in those days, Toonami was actually good to watch. And yeah, they only had Dragon Ball Z. I think they had Oh My Goddess. I'm not sure. And I know they had Sailor Moon. I watched that shit like it was 1999. And they had Sailor Moon, and they had a few other cartoons up, especially Dragon Ball Z. But I mean, it was popping off. And at that time, I thought to myself, I was getting into anime. I was into the Pokemon, Digimon phase back in 2000 when I was only 12 years old, turning 13. Now that I'm 21, and that phase has left my life, I can pretty much say that back then I was a Pokemon freak. But I wasn't exposed to Cartoon Network as much as I was back in the 90s. Because back in the 90s, I didn't have cable, and I would go to my neighbor's house. They had cable, so they had all the Cartoon Network channels, everything like that. So that's where I got my source. So when I finally moved in with my sister back in 2000, I started to watch these cartoons. And I started to realize that Cartoon Network was getting a lot better. Now, stay tuned, stay tuned. We have another segment about Cartoon Network 2000s to 2009. And I'm going to go through briefly the timeline from the Goozy phase to the phase of the Cartoon Network Real. This is going to be interesting, folks, so stay there. And then after that, I'm going to get into the psychology of the Cartoon Network phase and the psychology of the cartoons that you watch every day and how the elite is using the cartoons to indoctrinate your children. Stay there. This is Cairo Sun. Thanks for watching. God bless.